A lorry driver who drove along a busy road with a car stuck under the front of his vehicle has been told he can keep his HGV licence. In fact, the Traffic Commissioner said John Tomlinson could hold his head high for the way he conducted himself after the accident. She'd heard evidence that there was no way he could have been aware of what was happening. Dave Guest reports.
They're images that have been viewed by millions on the internet. A 44-tonne tanker drives along the A1M in Yorkshire with a Renault Clio trapped under its front bumper. John Tomlinson from Clitheroe was at the wheel of the tanker. Incredibly, neither he nor the car driver were hurt. Today, the North West Traffic Commissioner, Beverly Bell, had to decide whether Mr Tomlinson could keep his HGV licence. She heard the collision happened as the Clio, driven by a woman vet from York, manoeuvred onto the A1M. Mr Tomlinson had been in the middle lane and the Clio effectively undertook on his near side. The two vehicles touched, spinning the Clio under the front of the tanker. Mr Tomlinson had always maintained he'd had no idea that it collided with the Clio and certainly didn't know that he was dragging it along in front of his vehicle. It was only when a passing motorist flagged him down and he pulled over onto the hard shoulder that the terrible truth dawned. The Traffic Commissioner, Beverly Bell, said police investigations and reconstructions had proved and made it absolutely clear that he couldn't have seen the Clio from where he was sitting. It had been undertaking on his blind side, and once it was trapped under his vehicle, there was no way of him seeing it. It must have been terrible the past few months, right?
It has.
And what's it been like?
Undescribable.
I think that's all that Mr.
Just one
Tomlinson
brief
wants
question.
to
Do you want
say
to
at
go
this
back to
stage.
drive? Do you want to go back to driving?
I'll have to consider that.
The Commissioner said she accepted Mr Tomlinson bore no blame for the accident and said he could keep his HGV licence. Dave Guest, BBC Look North.